say, oh, please tip me because tipping is the best way and I get it right away.
Hello, and welcome to James the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with DSP. Well, let's just watch this little bit right here.
That I want to read to you guys, all right? So the other night, when I was playing alone in
That microphone is shaking from him vibrating.
the dark, someone asked a question, and now we can go back to the regular screen. They said, could you just at least maybe give us some ideas of maybe some of the ways that if you had done that Mike Klum documentary, excuse me, the way that maybe it would have gone or it would have been a little different from all the other documentaries about you. And in a nutshell, I'll just summarize. I said, basically, this documentary was going to show all the hate towards me. In fact, it was going to interview some of the people, the top people who don't like me, right? And they were going to get a chance to speak in the documentary about why it is that they don't like me.
Because you beg and you cry and you scam and then you waste it all on WWE champions while declaring bankruptcy. Well, guys, if you don't give me $1,000 during this marathon, I'm going to lose my house. WWE champions. You have spent over as the time of this recording, he spent over $13,000. As of April 12th, he spent over $13,000 in WWE champions for the year. If I could make that extra in a year, that'd be fantastic. For me, that extra in a year, and he's spending it on WWE champions since from January 1st to April 12th.
But then what it was going to do was show my responses to that, to show how I feel.
It's out of context. They're idiots. They're mouth-drilling morons. That's every response is going to be from him.
Feel about it, or maybe even clap back a little bit. And then what it was going to do was kind of analyze why so many people hate me. Like, what created this hatred? Is it legit? Does it even make sense? Because let's be honest, with the level of hate that I get, the amount of people who stalk my every move, who make so many videos and hateful things about me every day, for a little rinky-dink streamer that I am, a small guy, right?
Over 200,000 subs on his channel, and has at some years made over $300,000 a single year. I'm a small guy. Stop picking on me. Me.
Why do I get that level of attention, right? And we talked about it. It's like, even if everything anyone ever said about me was true, if you believe that back in the day I was a racist and a sexist and an awful person,
You still are.
well, you can't actually hold that to me now because that's not my content anymore. But I guess you could still hate me for something I did over a decade ago, correct?
Officer, yes, I raped and murdered those children, but that was over a decade ago. You can't hold me responsible for that. I'm a different person now.
Like, I think that's what some people would say, is that it's a lot of people would say that, right? Now, also, for example, a lot of people with the current day stuff, my bankruptcy, e-begging too much, the mobile game controversy, and all that nonsense. Even if all of it was true, which again, it's not, and I urge you to understand that the vast majority of crap on the internet that's said about me is not true.
Vast majority. So not all of it is crap, just the majority of it. There's that nugget of truth again.
Even if all of that crap was true, why is it that so many people hate me? Because it's relatively tame shit. You know, this is not allegations of sexual abuse or grooming. This is not like murder.
Panda Lee was 17.
This is not, you know what I mean? With the level
T. Carter. If only I'd driven him home, he would still be alive. It's my fault he's dead.
of hatred that I get on the internet, you would think that I've done these awful, egregious things to warrant it. But in reality, it's just a series of kind of silly, small things over time that accumulated up and up and up and up to the point where now the running joke is to always say that I'm a bad person who made bad decisions and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, but can you really justify any of that? Or is it that
You have spent roughly between WWE Champion, Street Fighter Duel, Final Fantasy Estivus, WWD Immortal, WWE Supercard, Dokkan Battle, Marvel Future Flight, Twin Alliance, whatever it was called. Mind you, those are just the games we know about. Those are just 7 games we know about. You have spent roughly $350,000 to $500,000. During the Supercard era, he would go to the forum and be like, I don't get it. I spent $6,000 on the event. I didn't get the card that I needed. This is bullshit. I can't believe they would do so low of percentages to get this card that you're not spending $6,000 in 3 days. I wasn't able to get the card. But he would publicly admit to spending thousands of dollars on WWE Supercard. while going to the forums and bitching about it. He would admit to it.
It's just the meme to not like me anymore, right? So that was going to be one of the things that we were going to explore in this documentary to some extent, because keep in mind, it was only going to be about an hour long, and topics were going to move fast. So nothing was ever going to be particularly analyzed for more than just a couple of minutes. And there was actually be some really funny parts and some interesting parts in there, things that people had never heard before. You know, we're going to try to get some people possibly from my past to be a part of it, right? If we could. Some stuff you guys have literally never seen before anywhere on the internet, you know? Because here's the thing. When someone is making a documentary about me, but it's not a documentary, it's literally just, oh, I went through all the detractor shit for 10 years and here it is all in a row. That's not a documentary. Literally, that's not a documentary at all.
Our videos come from you. When we cover your bankruptcy, those bankruptcy forums were your forums. When you went on WWE Supercard forums and posted shit, people took that and posted it on YouTube. All the stuff in the detractor videos come from you. Guys, I don't get it. History Channel did a 3-hour documentary about Hitler, and not once did they interview him. They were just taking all these videos and radio clips and eyewitness stuff and his diaries. They didn't actually ask him any of the questions. They just went after all the people who hate him.
You didn't even cover it factually. You just regurgitated what detractors said for 10 years. You're a drama queen then. And everyone's been there, done that, right? We wanted to take it from a completely different angle than that. Yes, we wanted to absolutely acknowledge all of that and show it all exists and here it all is. Here's the people saying it to the camera. But then finally giving me a chance to, in one place focused, respond to that stuff and then show you what my life is really like.
Holy shit, he's still vibrating. You just watch his whole body vibrate.
That's nothing like what these people say or portray me as. You know, a typical stream, a typical day in my life, how different it is. Here's people from my past who know me, who say, yeah, I don't know what the hell these people are talking about, right?
Name these people. Everyone at FGC hates you. Leanna hates you. John and Howard hate you. Respect to Pack hate you. Whom in your past doesn't fucking hate you? Your coworkers didn't like you. At this point, I'm surprised if your parents don't hate you.
That's what it was going to be. All right. But that wasn't all of it either. You know, again, I'm not giving away every single thing about this documentary because we had other ideas too. And the thing is, it was still in developmental stages, right? Like, this is something that we were working on. It was in development. And I know that it wouldn't have worked because, number one, too much negativity on the internet. Again, these people obsessed with me would have just turned it into their own bullshit party anyway. And number two, scheduling, there was no way I was ever going to make that fucking work at all. And now number three, and this happens in retrospect, which I didn't know at the time, you know, Mike was already working on other documentaries, and one of these documentaries he's working on is EDP, one of the most reviled people on this planet, because he was basically caught red-handed being accused of pedophilia. Okay? So because of that, can you imagine? Big documentary number one, Boogie. Big documentary number two, EDP. The next one, Dark Side Phil. No thanks. I don't want to be associated with that shit. I mean, the whole point was that my documentary was going to be very different than Boogie's. Well, do you really think I want to be the next in line of that string of documentaries? No, I do not. So, in retrospect, I think I made...
But you knew for a fact that he did the Boogie documentary. That's how you know about this guy, is the Boogie documentary. I don't want to be following Boogie's documentary. But that's the only reason you know who this guy is.
The right choice, okay? I'm not saying that I would never do a documentary. I'm saying that right now it makes no sense. My story continues and is not even ready to be done yet. I feel like my documentary, if I ever do one, should be done further down the line, right? Maybe when it's time to say, we're hanging it up, or I'm near the end of my life cycle of doing content, then you make that kind of a documentary.
You are going to die on stream. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think we're going to do it now. I honestly don't think it would benefit me. I don't think it's going to bring any newcomers to my content at all. Sadly, I think it would be more for everybody else out there. I don't think it's going to help anyone. And as you guys know, you guys outright told me, right? Outright, that this was not going to work. That if I did this, that basically it was going to backfire and hurt everyone, especially after everything last year with the interview and everything. And I listened to you, and I think that was the right feedback. Okay. But anyway, we were talking about this as I was playing Alone in the Dark the other night.
I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.